Hello everybody, Ian Robson here. Welcome back to an episode of Coffee with Ian. This coffee's particularly strong this morning. It's funny, I use the same amount as I normally do, but for whatever reason today it's a bit stronger. I don't know, if someone who doesn't drink strong coffee had this, they'd be like, whoa, that's like rocket fuel. And I'm just like, yeah, it's a little stronger than normal. I remember one time I made coffee for a bunch of people at a family occasion, and my wife wasn't there, but she would have agreed with me. It wasn't super strong coffee, but some of the people who were there would have been like, that's a bit strong. Some people did say that. They're like, whoa, that's super strong coffee. I didn't think it was, but they felt it actually was super strong coffee for whatever reason. So I don't know why, but just the way it worked out. But hey, that's okay. That's good coffee. Also, I switched the coffee brand this time around. I was drinking McDonald's ground coffee, I think it was. And now I just tried some. It was like premium dark roast stuff from the grocery store. Nothing that crazy, not too crazy. Like I didn't go to a roastery or anything like that. Although I do know where to get some of that stuff, but you pay a premium when you do that. Like we used to get beans from a place called Bridgehead, and I think for 1 kilogram or 900, no, it was less than that, wasn't it? It was like 450 grams. I think it was something like $15 like, but it's really good coffee. Like Bridgehead, like Sumatra coffee. Anyways, I don't go that crazy because you really can. Actually, interesting little fact, my brother-in-law roasted his own coffee beans not too long ago, and apparently the coffee turned out really good. Really good. I didn't have any because it was at his house, but anyways. I did something kind of random there last Sunday. I was home alone. My dad was out visiting people and visiting his sister, I guess it was, and decided to have a campfire by myself. I know that's a bit strange, but anyways, I decided to have a campfire by myself, but I also decided to make my dinner on the campfire, which was a bit interesting because, you know, I have a stove inside and whatnot, but I was feeling a little adventurous that day or something, so I decided to do that. So I made potatoes, roast potatoes on the campfire, but they were dark red chieftain potatoes. So it's like a red skinned potato, basically with a white on the inside, but they're called dark red chieftains is the name of them. So what I did is like cut them in half, put like a slice of butter in there, and then I also put like half a clove of garlic in there, and then wrap them up in tinfoil and then put them in the fire. Oh my gosh, those were amazing potatoes. I didn't expect them to turn out that well, but they were amazing. And then originally I started cooking the sausages on like a hot dog, stick. That didn't work out very well, so I had to switch over to my dad's got like a grill type thing, it's like a barbecue. It came off a barbecue, I'm sure, but we use it to grill stuff on top. So I put the sausages on that, and wow, it did a great job. Like it wasn't like directly over the heat, you're just getting enough heat to cook them nicely on the inside. So it was pretty cool. It was actually a really good dinner. I was very surprised how good it turned out in the end. So one of those like, hey, not bad. So anyways, speaking of video games, the Italia DLC for ETS2 has come out now. Admittedly, I have not tried it yet, nor have I tried the New Mexico DLC yet. I just haven't had my steering wheel hooked up, and I would rather play those games with a steering wheel rather than without. But when I do get that set up at the new place, which will be next week sometime, because it'll be a week. No, not a week today. I guess it'll be a week Sunday when I move into my new place with faster internet, which would be nice as well. I'll hook up my steering wheel and all that jazz and be able to do a little bit of driving again. Because I've been playing Farm Sim without the steering wheel, which has been okay. It reminds me what it's like without the steering wheel. It's actually, for most things, it's not too bad. Because of the way I like to play, using a steering wheel is fun for some small things, but not using a steering wheel is okay too. Like because I use a lot of course play, it's not a big deal if I don't have a steering wheel for those situations. But when you want to do something manual and you have to like use the keyboard and mouse, it's kind of a little slower. But anyways, some people have been asking about where County Line has gone. It's still around, but I've been running into a scenario where when I load up the game and I start playing it, it's really like this choppy playing it, and even when I'm not recording, it's kind of choppy. So I've been a little less inclined to play it because it's not an enjoyable experience. So what I was considering doing was taking the equipment we have and moving to a new farm, and still, you know, still take the same approach I was going to take. So like have some of the things I had before, like a BJ and stuff like that, and just continue on a new farm. Just because I don't know if I'm not sure if it would be the same or different on a new farm, but that's what I was kind of considering doing. So if you think that was a good idea and we should try a new farm and take the same equipment with us, leave a comment below with what you think we should do, whether that's a yay or a nay sort of thing. It's just been frustrating because like you log in and then like you play, and then what happens is like you can tab, like certain areas will be okay and other areas will be like and just slows right down. So it makes the gameplay for me not super enjoyable, because it's like you have to wait like a few seconds, and when recording it's the same thing, so the recording comes out not as great as it was before as well. So let me know. I know there's a few farms out. There's a few on American Eagle Moddings I wouldn't mind trying out still. I think there's No Creek Farms. People thought that was a pretty nice farm. That is a huge farm, and for the way I like to play, it would be interesting on multiplayer, mind you, but for my single player I wouldn't I don't think I would do that. Like maybe like a once in a while type thing, but not like a regular Let's Play, just because of the way it's set up. It's too realistic for me. What was the other one? There was what was the other one? It was on American Eagle Modding. What was that called? I'm gonna look it up right now. Let's see, American Eagle Modding. I want to look at maps. Farming Simulator 17. Not Lone Star, not West. Missouri River Bottoms was one of them. I was thinking about. Ozark Hills. I don't know. I didn't even see that one. Missouri, Mississippi, Ohio River Basin. Don't think I ever checked out that one. So I think those are the ones I was thinking of. Yeah. So those are the ones I was thinking of. That might be a possibility. And also there's the new Black Sheep modding map that came out, but I don't think the equipment I have really fits that. I think it's a little bit too big. What's this Ozark Hills? Has anybody ever... If you played on Ozark Hills, let me know what it looks like. Oh, it looks okay. What are the size of the fields like? Oh, there's a train. I like there's a train here. This is making me more interested already. Cattle chute. That goes into the train. Oh, that's kind of cool actually. So, anyways, let me know if you have any good recommendations for American style maps that would fit the equipment we have on County Line right now. That might work. I'd be curious to find out actually. But I think Missouri River Bottoms, I know that's a huge map too, so that would be fine. I'm sure there's some other ones out there. I'd have to ask the guys. I'd have to ask everybody on Discord. I know there's a few people who've made some suggestions in the past that have been pretty good too. I don't want to get into anything like Pleasant Valley, and I really don't. I don't know. Pleasant Valley was huge, and it was just had too many things. I just didn't like the feeling of it. It was too industrial and didn't feel like farming for me. But anyway, that's just me. Darn, that's good coffee. Yeah, that was one thing. So the Italia DLC came out, and the New Mexico DLC came out a while back. So let me know what you think about those DLCs as well, because I know some people have played them, some people haven't played them yet. It's, from what I can tell, they both are fantastic DLCs. You know, SES does its work. Like, even though you wait a long time for the DLC, they do a great job on those DLCs. Like New Mexico, from one of the screenshots I've seen, the feedback I've seen, same with Italia DLC, like it got released December 5th, and within like the first day or two, they had over 300 positive, like mostly positive reviews. So like we're talking like four to five, over 300 people right off the bat. Like that's pretty amazing. They do a really great job. And one of the things that's really nice about ETS2 is that you do have so much countryside to kind of just drive around basically. So even in the multiplayer, like you can drive around everywhere, and it's fantastic. So now that they've added New Mexico and ATS, that's a nice thing as well. So that'll be good to have those, all the extra state in there. It's funny, I bought it, but I haven't touched it yet. I haven't bought the Italia DLC, but I definitely will. So probably sometime this week I'll pick it up and then have a weekend of driving. So maybe I won't do any farming that weekend. I'll just do a little bit of driving, because I'm like, ooh, look at that, and ooh, look at that, in ETS and ATS. So just because there is so much in those, and the little Easter eggs they put in there are pretty awesome too. So I've been keeping an eye on computer prices as well to see if anything drop significantly in price. Like on Black Friday, the prices didn't drop as much as I was thinking. Like some things were definitely on sale, absolutely. And I was like, But my dad pointed out, I think I mentioned this already, but he pointed out about the address issue. So I got my address changed on my driver's license and health card and stuff like that, and vehicle and all that jazz. So now I could pick up the package without a problem. But before, I would have had a problem picking up something from like Pure Later or FedEx or the post office because my driver's license didn't say my address on it at all. So yeah, that would have been interesting. It would have been like, so you're Ian Robson, yeah, but this address says somewhere completely different. I can't release this package to you. And you're like, no. So now that those things have got changed, so that will be good. Also, have an official notice from Ministry of Ontario saying, hey, this is the new address, blah blah blah. So also the cool thing, this is totally random side fact, because I'm moving to a smaller city, my insurance is going down too, which is going to be pretty sweet. I know, totally random, but hey, I'm excited about that too. Anyways, anything else that came out that was interesting? Oh, actually, there was a game that came out on the road trucking simulator. I think Daggerwin did a video on it, something like that. Country Gaming mentioned that to me. Seems interesting. Some people were like, "Oh, it's like an ETS2 ripoff." I'm like, anything that tries to do something like ETS2 is going to seem like a ripoff. There have been lots of them previous to ETS. None of them have been as good as ETS2, for example, but there you go. What was the other one that came out? What was that one? That's it. That's as far as I can remember. So yeah, that one came out. I was actually offered a key to check that out. I just didn't have time. I didn't have time, or I can't record like multiple videos in one day and upload them all because it would just take days to upload them. Like seriously, days, like 10, 12 hours plus. If I tried to upload like 3 videos in a night, it would just be, my dad would just be unplugging my computer saying, okay, time's up, sort of thing, because he needs using it for his business too. So c'est la vie. Anyways, folks, I think with that, that'll be it for me for today. Like I said before, leave a comment below with what you think about the new ATS DLC, the ETS DLC, and what you think about on-the-road trucking simulator games as well. And my name's Ian Robson. Until next time, enjoy the coffee.